Rockstar Society in here, and we have Bray White. I hope I'm saying his name right. And now we have our next guest. We have Seb, the producer.
Yes. SCV in the building.
So what's going on, man?
Everything is good, man. I can't complain. Just working, trying to crank these beats out.
Yo, son, you abused Twitter, son. You abused Twitter.
You think so? I don't. You know what?
First of all, I didn't find out about you until you followed me. And I was like, let me see what this guy's about. Blow up my whole Twitter updates.
You gotta get your name out there and promote. Something's always on my mind. That's why. So let people know what I'm thinking.
So you're from where? You're from the Bronx.
Yeah, South Bronx.
So how long have you been doing this music thing?
I would say honestly since 2001. I'd say since 2001 I've been making music, but really taking it seriously like 04, 05.
So what do you describe your sound as? Because I see you on your videos, you're like, yo, these are gangster beats.
You know what it is? The music that I grew up listening to is, the NWA, Ice Cube, Death Row. It's more
West Coast.
Yeah, West
From
Coast.
Bronx? No Big Pun?
Yeah, Big Pun too. But I mean, in that era, it's
first.
all street records. When Pun came out, he had the record with Joe. So it's more. That was the radio records. All the records that I mainly listen to is more the underground street records.
So, street records.
Street records.
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
Yo, man, we be just arguing in here all the time about which borough is better. And my dude from the Bronx is not here. He would heavily back you hard body right now.
As far as borough, I mean, you know what it is? It's all in the people that you have. What you're able to do. Just like every borough has somebody that did something. Like you have Jay from Brooklyn, but you got Swiss from the Bronx. Flex is from the Bronx. Tig is from the Bronx. Like a lot of people from different areas, or they're from here. Like Fat Joe, he's from the Bronx, but he's in Miami most of the time.
Yeah.
So
it's not.
Yeah, it's not really where you're from. It's really where you at, and actually what you're doing. What you're trying to make happen.
Well, I hate on the Bronx because you got that cool BX.
Yeah,
Queens can't do that. I'd be like, Queens, I'd be like this. It don't work for me at all.
Crazy. Yeah, the X thing is kind of cool. That works.
Yeah. If I was in the Bronx, I'd be like, you know what, bro? Just move back. Just step into the shadows, like.
Yeah, the X is a little strong movement. Yeah.
Pause. Strong movement.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So let's get into one of the beats. What did you bring for us today?
I'll let you hear some instrumentals a lot. Well, I promote the free beats online, so
yeah, we're gonna get into that because I need to know.
This one is not a free beat, but you get to hear. Play.
This is the first paid beat that I've ever heard of advertised.
This is a paid beat. This one exclusive.
Okay, then we're gonna talk about who. We're gonna get more into Seb.
All right.
Okay, so the first track is gonna be number one.
Number one.
Okay, so let's get into this. The producer.
Because I am hard, you will not like me. But the more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Intro? That's an intro. That fits like an intro. I used to produce all the time. When I heard the beat, when it dropped, I had the mean screw face on.
It's that's the thing. When you make, you can't do that with a pop record. If you play a pop record for someone, it's hard to strike an emotion unless the person really wants to sit there and, that's what they're looking for. So, for a gangster beat or a record that I make, I'm trying to capture the emotion right there the first time. As soon as you play it the first 5 seconds, it's going to get your attention.
Yeah, it really did, because I felt like fighting as soon as I heard it drop. So what are you using to produce? What type of instruments? What are you using?
At first, music has changed a lot. So when I first started making music, they didn't have, they didn't have Reason, Fruity Loops, and everything like that. It was all hardware. So it's no one couldn't just jump into it. You actually had to buy all this equipment. It's expensive, so it weeded out a lot of people. But I started, you could say MPC, the regular Trident pianos and everything. But now I shifted. I have the Native Instruments machine. You familiar with that?
I think I'm familiar with that.
It's like a new, it's a new technology. Native Instruments drop where you have your software on your computer, but it has a hardware controller connected to it. So it's something different, and I'm trying to be a part of that. So
okay, so
the sponsorship kicks in, so I got to plug a Native Instruments machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I see, like, there's so much, like, being a producer is just expensive as fuck.
Like before, now it's cheaper.
No, it's a little bit cheaper. Let's get this right, a little bit cheaper, not that much.
Okay.
Like the MPC is like gonna cost you like what? It depends what you get in. It's gonna cost you like maybe
$1,500.
$1,500 cheapest.
Starting at $500, but it really depends on the equipment. Well, it doesn't even matter equipment. It depends what you do with it. You know, you don't even need an MPC. Like they got Reason, you got Fruity Loops. Just like Ninth Wonder,
he bangs them out
on Fruity Loops.
Yes, he does.
And it's crazy. So you know, he's getting placements using software. You know, and these programs, some of them. You know, you can get them around. You know,
get them online, download them. I'm not promoting nothing.
You can get them around, so it's not necessarily.
I got lie, my Fruity Loops was unregistered.
No good.
I passed it around to a bunch of people, and it shut down on me.
Yeah, they're gonna run in here and raid us right now.
Damn it, I hate the feds. They go through my computer, mad downloads, son, mad illegal. Like, do you sample?
I sample. Sample.
How's the copyright laws infringement, like the copyright infringement, like really throw up your style?
You know what? I think when that's the advantages of being independent, you know, opposed to being signed. When you're independent, you know, you have control. Like you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can sample anything. No one can't really say anything. But until I'm actually, I would say, in the doors, that's not like any obstacles that I'm seeing now. You know, because
like that instrumental, I noticed there was a bunch of samples in there.
Maybe.
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 Yeah, the intro was a sample. The first part, the talking was. I don't know
what
was
him talking. That was him talking.
That's a lie. Yo, can you speak into the mic? You don't sound like that. You don't sound like that.
You know. But I mean, at this stage, it's not a main issue, you know.
Until some musician with a coke habit is trying to get some money.
You're right, but I mean, at this stage, you know, I'm just having fun with it and creating.
Like I'm saying, man, like I was talking about, remember what I said about the infringement? I'm talking about just to settle your debts. If you want to sample from a musician, just send them some coke first and just avoid it. Just send it. Send it and then be like, yo, sign on the dotted line while he's high. And just get the permission.
It's all about your coke game nowadays.
You're damn right.
That will probably work.
It will work. I'm 100% sure.
Gotta get that blue magic.
So, who are your influences as a producer?
To be honest with you, like, if I hear there's a lot of producers out there, let's say, you know, you have like great producers, you know, Swiss, the Dre, and everybody like